Hey guys, welcome back to another episode with Set Fishing. So today's going to be a little bit of a different video. It's not going to be a fishing video. It's going to be basically a video about my kayak. Some of you guys have asked me what I have on the kayak, what kind of lights I use, what kind of batteries I use for the GoPros, things like that for fishing. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what I have on the kayak, what the kayak is worth, what it has in accessories, things like that, things you may need, things you don't really need. And the biggest one of all is going to be safety. I noticed that a lot of people, when they're fishing at night, they don't have the proper stuff on the kayak that will make it a proper vessel to be out there in the darkness. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to it. Let me show you a little bit about the kayak, and let's talk a little bit about what I have going on and why I have it.
Someone at the door, John, now I'm here to stay. Tell me who the fuck gonna face the music. More brick laying, less screen time. Been cutting back on the daily usage. Long road for the road dogs, for the weird miles from a soapbox. Got BKTs on this bitch, so everybody getting rolled on, yeah. Yeah, everybody getting rolled on. Check artist credits on BMI. I'm just too kind to expose y'all. And I see a team with a gold sign and question if y'all ever wrote songs. All enemies of mine, a band study. Please don't test me, I'ma know it all. Got platinum songs in the vault collecting dust. If we talk about showing up, then y'all attend to suck. Both feet on the gas pedal, bitch, I ain't letting up. Started singing.
Alright guys, it is 8 o'clock right now, so it's gonna get dark in a little bit. And got my little duck friend over there. But let's talk real quick about what you should have on your kayak if you're night fishing. The first thing you want to have, guys, is going to be some lights. These are going to be from Yak Power, and they're going to be the green LED strips. I have them on both ends. The only thing is, this one I think is giving me some problems, so I think I have to check the wiring on it. But this is a must if you're going to be night fishing. I know they have different kinds where you don't have to really drill. On these you have to drill a hole on the front, which kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. We put some goop on it and it works fine, and I put goop along the entire strip so that way it doesn't come off. And it's got a small screw right here that kind of holds it in place. So you want to have that if you're going to be night fishing for sure. And the most important one, guys, is going to be the this one right here, the 360 light. If you don't have a 360 light, guys, when you're fishing out in at the you know, boat ramp or anywhere where you're at, it's going to be a big issue because the boats are not going to be able to see you. So you need to have a 360 light. It's actually the law to have one. If you don't have one, then you basically can't be out in the water. So what I have everything set up with a Yak Attack remote here in the front, and what I do is I'll click, for example, the number 2, and it'll light up my front lights here. And that's what I have for night fishing, as you guys have seen in the video. Again, the other one's not working for some reason. I gotta work on it later on. It goes in and out. And then the 360 light works on a batteries, which they're out right now, so I got to replace those. And everything is ran off this remote. This is the Yak Attack system. It has basically an amplifier or some sort of unit. I don't know if I can see it from here. It's gonna be, this is my battery right here, and this is my fish bag. But my battery goes in the front here. I'm trying to see if I can spot that remote. But Yak Attack has a system here. It's going to be this one right here. I don't know if you can see it. That's going to be the Yak Attack system that I use to basically run all the electronics on my kayak. For example, my fish finder here. This is from the Lawrence. This is the cheap one. I think it was like 100, and I got it for $100, but I know it costs something like 140, something like that. I'll hit the little B button here, and then it'll give power to my fish finder, and that's basically how I have it set up. So the fish finder is not something you need, guys. I only got it because I do want to go offshore eventually, and I primarily use it just for depth and water temperature, especially when I'm fishing at night. But you don't really need that. Now, fishing at night is one of those things that I do about every once a week, as you guys have seen on the video, on my channel. And that's the reason why I have the fish finder, that's the reason why I have the green lights, and that's the reason why I have the 360 light, to ensure that I'm visible out there in the water. I've seen a lot of kayaks out in the water you know, fishing when they don't have any sort of lighting. I can't even see them as a kayaker. And although there's not a lot of boats out there at night, you still got to be careful, because there are some boats here and there that I've seen that are hauling butt right down the channels, and if they don't see you, you know, you're gonna end up getting hit, and it's gonna be dangerous. So if you're out in the water, don't rely on a headlamp. A headlamp is good for you to see, but another boat is not going to see you with a headlamp. You need to have a 360 light, that way a boat can see you from a distance. And they sell them at Academy. I mean, you can buy them cheap for like 40 bucks. I have the I think it's like the Yak Attack, some sort of deal that was like $170, and I got it at R&R Tackle. But in Academy they have cheaper ones for like 80 bucks or $60, something like that. So anyways, let's talk a little bit more about what else I have on the kayak real quick for you guys. In case you have any questions, ask me in the comments. I'm gonna try to go through it as quickly as I can, so it's not a long video. All right guys, and if you notice here, this is gonna be the Hobie crate. It's a cool little box. Honestly, it's worth $180. Is it worth $180? I don't know, man. Kind of expensive for what it is as far as the material. The cool thing about it is it's got these H-rails here that I have yet to use. It's good because you can mount something here on both ends. You can, you know, on either 4 other things. It's got 4 rod holders. My honest opinion on the Hobie crate, it's awesome, except right here where these things clip on, I've already broke a couple of them. Right here where this thing clips, it broke right here, and just the same way it's clipped on right here, I guess with the pressure it broke. So if I was Hobie, I would make this a lot stronger, because I mean, it's a $180 crate and then it breaks, you know what I mean? That's not cool. And another cool thing about it is that it has these bungees inside of it. So, you know, when I put my rods here and I'm traveling, in order to avoid my rods from jumping out or whatever, I tie them down and it goes like so. And so that's pretty cool. The Hobie crate, I believe, is $170 by itself, and then I did buy this cover. If you want to buy this cover is going to cost you an additional I don't know what's going on here, an additional $30, I think, or $35. This is basically where I keep a lot of my lures from Texas Made, since I do have a lot of lures from them, all mixed up here. I typically hold them in here. I'll also put my drone in here. I'm debating on putting that battery that I have in the front in here, so I can run my power my GoPros behind me, because I got the GoPro 10, and the GoPro 10, for some reason, it needs more juice than the regular batteries that I have. I also have the Hobie bag. This is the dry bag. This comes in handy a lot. You know, basically when I'm getting in the kayak, I'll put my car keys in here. I'll put snacks in here. I have the other red and green lights that go in front of the boat. If I ever feel like I should put some lights in the front of my boat like that, I'll put them here if I'm fishing at night. And for example, if I don't have any other lights, let's say my battery dies and my green lights are not working, the battery on that 360 light's not working, which it isn't, this would be my backup. That'll go mounted right there, and then bam, now you have a boat light, navigation lights in front of your kayak. So this would be my alternative if I don't have any other lights out in the water. And it's all battery operated, and then I'll put my GoPro batteries in here to make sure they don't get wet and things like that. So this bag, I think, was like $35 if I'm not mistaken, and it goes right behind the seat. It's got its little Velcro straps, so that's pretty dope. I also got the cushion from Hobie. Now this cushion here, guys, the reason I got it is because if you're on a kayak for long periods of hours like I am, you know, I feel like, you know, you can feel the bottom of the seat with the original seat. So with this cushion, definitely helps out. You know, if it was up to me though, which it is, I'm probably gonna put another one up here. I don't think I need it back here, but I feel like I'm gonna put another one back here just to be super comfortable. So it'll be like if I'm sitting in an Escalade or something. But this one was $80 at the R&R Tackle Shop as well in Mission. It's a Hobie dealer. So this was very, very expensive, I think, for a freaking piece of, you know, I don't know what you call it, padding or whatever, pillow. I would recommend you go to Amazon and probably buy a cheaper one for less than 3/4 of the price. But you know, I wanted to make sure everything was Hobie. It is a Hobie kayak, so I wanted to make sure everything was Hobie. And then here on my cockpit, I basically have the tethering here for my pedal drive. I don't have it here because I'm cleaning it inside, but this is basically what I tether my pedal drive with. I got it at R&R Tackle as well. I think it was like $12. Never, if you have a Hobie or any pedal drive kayak, never have it on your kayak without a leash, because if that falls in the water, I've seen guys lose theirs, and it's a $1,500 pedal drive. You do not want to drop it in the water or you're screwed. Again, I do have the fish bag, the Hobie fish bag here. I'll typically put my fish in here. If I forget my, it's got some water in it from melted ice. I'll put my fish in here if I forget my stringer, or when I'm about to paddle home, because I don't like the drag. Whenever you have drag from the fish on the stringer, it basically slows you down, or it causes the kayak to kind of turn in a way you don't want to. So that's why I have that. That bag was $159, I believe, at R&R Tackle. And then I have this is my what is it called, the Scotty mount, or I'm not too sure what it's called. I got all these at R&R Tackle. This is my rod holder. The cool thing about this rod holder is that it has this button right here, like a little lever or whatever. You press it in and you can basically move it wherever you want, like so. So, you know, I don't have to be like unscrewing anything or anything like that, or I can just pick it up and then put it into any position that I want, basically. And that helps out. And then obviously, if I want to kind of tilt the extra rod holder, it does have these little butterfly spring loaded things, and I can basically move that however I please. So that's pretty cool, and it's pretty secure. I haven't had any issues with it so far, but it's pretty tight on here. I do have all these extra mounts just in case I want to mount something. Here's another one of these mounts that goes to that rod holder in case I want to move it on to this side, or in case I want to mount another GoPro here with an extra mount, but I usually use this one for the GoPro. And then obviously I have my paddle that comes with a kayak when you buy it new. I have my Tex-Made Lure logo right here for good luck. And South Texas Maniacs, Marco runs that page on Instagram. He gave me that sticker one time. I met him when I had the Ascend, and he gave me that sticker, so I put it on the Hobie. He's got an Instagram page. You can follow him on South Texas Maniacs. He also has a YouTube channel, and you'll see it on his Instagram. And let's see what's going on. We have an anchor. I think this is a 3-pound. Yeah, 3-pound anchor. This is what I use. It's perfect for the kayak. It's really annoying having to remove the rope all the time, but it is what it is. I use that primarily when I'm in the deep waters, anything more than 4 feet. I'll use the anchor. My life vest is from Onyx. I think this was like $100. Get it at Academy. It's got a CO2 tank. You pull this little lever here and it'll inflate if you fall in the water. That's a must if you're on a kayak, guys, especially for me because I don't know how to swim, ironically, because I'm always in the water. And then we have, everything is stock as far as the rudder. I haven't changed the rudder. I know some guys have. I do have my net that I'm gonna upgrade to another one because it's got a small hole in it somewhere. I gotta replace that one. And then I have my fish grips. That's my little tackle box. I always have my pliers. These are my pliers from Tsunami, I believe. Yeah, Tsunami. And they never rust and they get wet. I never clean them, guys, and everything, this little ring is rusted, but the pliers itself, like new every single time. And I have them tethered just so I don't drop them in the water. I always have a knife even though it's rusted. And then I have my scissors for braid or mono, things like that. And I have my Stakeout pole, this one here. This one's from Yak Attack. Yeah, Yak Gear. I believe this is the 6 foot, and it's basically, you know, if I'm in the shallow, I'll stab this in the water and I'll run it through one of these rings that I have from the trolling anchor to avoid from having to use the big old long anchor. I'll just use this instead. And let's see if I can fix it here. This goes here and this goes here like so. And then I have the wheels. I got these wheels at Academy. I think they were like $70 or $60. I'm not too sure. They're not bad, but if I was to get the Hobie ones, it'd be a lot better than these. It sits really low to the ground, so it makes it a little bit harder when you're carrying it versus if I was to get the Hobie wheels. So I might upgrade that soon. And then I have my ruler attached to the side here in the back. And when I get in the water, I obviously remove the bungee cords to avoid from having to mess with it. I just grab it, as you guys have seen on my video, and this is the thick rose only from Stoic Outdoors. And then this would be basically my ruler, if I can open it, from Yak Gear. This ruler I think was $30, but I believe it floats, so in case I drop it, I don't lose it. What else can I tell you guys? On this kayak, everything else is pretty much simple, pretty much stock. I don't really have anything else on it. I do want to get some mats that will go basically on here and cover the entire floor area. Probably switch this out to some other ones. It's like a mat that goes on the bottom of it. It's like I forgot the name of it. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much about all the stuff that I have on it that I can think of. I do have a leash tethering my paddle to ensure I don't lose it as well. And the kayak, I believe, is 34 inches wide, so it's super stable. If you're looking for a kayak and you want stability, you want to be able to stand up, you want to be able to know that you're going to be safe out in the water, this is definitely going to be the kayak to do that with. I know there's a lot of kayaks out there that work as good or better, or you know, whatever the case is. It just depends on preference. I personally like this kayak a lot. It's got all the storage compartments that I need, all the accessories that I need, and this is a really good watertight compartment compared to other kayaks, because it is sealed on both sides. I don't know if I showed you guys. It's getting dark already. It's got a seal there, and then it's got another seal in there. So usually when swells are hitting this kayak, it's really the water that gets in here is going to be very limited, so that'll prevent you from being waterlogged and having water inside the kayak. So that's a really good compartment to have on a kayak. This one is also watertight, so whenever I have my phone in here or anything like that, nothing ever gets in here. I never have issues. It's kind of raised a little bit, so you know there's not going to be any water that gets in there. And then you have the scupper plugs here, scupper plugs there. You have this big old one here in the front. You have two in the back here as well. So I mean, water getting in the kayak is not an issue. I never really have that issue. The only thing that I don't like is these rod holders. The water always stays in there. They do have these plugs. You plug it in like so. The only thing is I always use them, so I just kind of leave it unplugged. And then, you know, but I mean, I guess if I was going to clean it up, I just plug them up so it looks nice. Otherwise, I put rod holders on the crates. And then this is what you control the rudder with to turn the kayak. It's got one on both sides in case you're fishing with your left hand or your right hand, whatever the case is. You're able to navigate the kayak with two rudder controls. The cup holders are really nice because they're really big. I can fit my 32-ounce mug on here with no issues. And then on this side, it's got a smaller one, so in case you have a water bottle, it'll fit in there. And then you have the bigger one as well. But all in all, it's a really good kayak. This one that I have, I don't regret buying it, but I am gonna be getting another one in the future. I'm wanting to get a newer model. This is a 2020, so it's right before the 2022 came out. But I do want to get another one just so that I can take people with me that don't have a kayak. Maybe take my girlfriend with me, take my dad, you know, friends, whatever, with an extra kayak as well. So I'm probably gonna get another one later and a different color, depending on whatever I find at the moment. But that's pretty much about it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. It's already getting late, and work on this video for you guys. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's pretty much about it on the kayak. I'll make a list and I'll put it right here somewhere on the video, so you guys can see all the accessories that I have and more or less what it cost me and things like that. And I'll put the total. The kayak alone is retailed at $3,100, so I'll add everything else to that, and then you'll get an idea of what it costs to have this vessel. You don't need a kayak like this, obviously, to go fish. I started with an inflatable kayak, and then I worked my way up to a $250 kayak, and then I worked my way up into this one. The only reason I got this one, I got a $1,000 kayak, which was the Ascend, and then I got this one. The only reason why I got this one was because when there was a cold front one time ago, I ended up getting stranded, as some of you guys saw in that video. So I knew that I needed to upgrade my kayak, so I never had that issue again, and that's the reason why I got the Hobie. But that's pretty much about it, guys. If you have any other questions, if I skipped anything, let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one.